draw. Somebody help him, Tom can't draw. We've got to teach him to draw, Tom can't draw. Come on, let's help him, Tom can't draw. We've got to teach him to draw.
Hey, welcome back to Tom Can't Draw. I still can't draw as good as I want, but my friends keep on helping me out. This week I'm going to have three great friends. I've got, oh, by the way, I've got ink all over my fingers. I've been printmaking. And I got poison ivy all over my face. And I got the cats loose. It could be a crazy show, but we'll see what happens. Anyway, I've got three great illustrators to help me out this week. I've got Heather Fox. She makes those Beware the Coos. And I've got Juana Medina. She does the Juana and Lucas books. She's so cool. And I've got Gillian Reid. She's the one who does my Nellie Nutcraft books, but she also does those awesome Kitty and the Dragon books. I'm hoping she'll teach us how to draw a kitty. Let's find out. First up, who is first up? I think it's going to be Gillian. Hey, Gillian, how are you doing? Are you out there? Hey, Gillian, how are you?
Hi, Tom. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm calling you back one more time because I still can't draw everything I want to be able to draw. Can you teach me one more thing?
Yeah, we can try something different today. So how about drawing a cat? I have a nice cat character that you might like to draw.
I would love that. That would be fantastic.
Okay, so this is a little cute cat, similar to some of the other stuff we drew. Big head, big eyes, super cute. So let's see if we can draw her.
I like it.
So I'm going to challenge you now because this is our third drawing. So we're going to put her into a bit more of an action pose.
Action pose? Oh no!
You can do it.
All right, all right.
She's just walking through the forest, so not too complicated. Okay, so like always, start with the head. So we draw a nice big circle for her head. Her head is probably much bigger than her body, so again the head is taking up most of the design. And can you guess what our next step is going to be? A
crosshair.
Crosshair, so we know where we're going to put her.
I'm learning.
Yeah, see? So she's sort of looking up and over her shoulder a little bit. So we're going to put a crosshair a little bit to the left side of our circle.
Okay.
And then another crosshair kind of through the middle, like that. Perfect. So already we know that the character is going to be looking up this way, and all we've drawn is 3 lines. So it's really helpful to draw the crosshairs. Okay, next, because she's a cat, she's going to have nice big pointy ears. So again, you can go big with her ears. You can make them even bigger than I'm drawing them. So we're going to have one ear to the right side of our center line that we did, and one ear to the left side, so that they're nice and balanced. And they're just triangles. So just come up, and then down towards the side of the head. And try your best to make them a similar size. They can be a little bit different. They don't need to be perfect, but just a little similar.
I'm already starting to recognize Kitty from the book.
Yeah. Okay. And then we can actually draw 2 smaller triangles inside those triangles. So it gives us that inner ear shape as well.
Okay.
So we've got her head and her ears. So her head isn't a perfect circle. She's got these nice little tufts of hair that come off the side of her head as well. So they can be a little tricky to draw. So what I do is, using that crosshair line that we drew across horizontally across the circle, I follow that as a guide, and I come out a little bit and put a little dot to either side.
Okay.
Those dots.
Okay.
Yep. So that's where I want the point of my tufts to be. That's the direction I'm going. So I just come around the circle and then drift off towards the dot. So I'm adding 2 triangles to the side of her head.
Okay, now I see what you're doing.
Yeah. So the dots work as like a guide so that you're not guessing where you're going.
Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Next, we can work on her body a little bit. So she has a small body, it's smaller than her head, and we're going to rely on our old friend, the sausage again. So just a small, short sausage that sits a little bit behind the head. So you can imagine her neck is sort of, we can't quite see her neck, but the body's overlapping the head. So a nice little fat sausage to go underneath the head. And you can make it smaller if you want, to make it even cuter, or you can make it bigger to make it feel more like an adult cat.
Okay.
Next, we have her legs. So the legs are going to be a little bit more complicated because she has 4 legs. Our other characters had 2 legs, 2 arms.
Right, okay.
And she's walking. So she's not standing still, she's actually doing an action. So the position of the 4 legs will give that impression that she's walking.
Okay.
So we'll start with the legs on the front of her body. So it's going to be like her front paw and her back paw. Starting with her front paw, just draw another small sausage attached to the body. So that one's reaching forward, like she's walking and she's about to touch her foot down. And then her back paw is a sausage going backwards the other way. Yep. And now the other 2 are nice and easy. We're just going to put them in between these 2 legs. Okay. And I like to draw them a little bit smaller so they feel like they're behind. They're the legs that aren't as close to us. So, and we're going to draw the opposite of what we drew. So the first back leg that we drew is going backwards. This one's going to come forwards a little bit. And then for the other front paw, it's coming back a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah. So just that relationship of forwards and backwards for each sausage gives the sense that she's walking.
Okay.
And then one last thing we need for her is her tail. She's not going to be a kitty cat without a nice, beautiful tail. So her tail is like a, sort of like an S, the letter S coming off of her body. So following the body that we had, starting at the back of her, where her bottom might be, we're just going to come off and do like a little S curve kind of wave. Yeah, and then we can thicken it up. So I like for her tail to be thick at the end and thin at where it meets her body. But you could do that the opposite way, or it could be thin all the way, or it could be thick all the way. It's kind of like a snake or something coming off the back of her. That's all of her bigger forms. Now we need to put in some details so it really looks like Kitty.
Okay.
So if we go back to her head, she has another small circle for what we call her muzzle. So where her nose and her mouth is, we're going to draw a circle. And that's just going to be where our crosshairs meet, just below that.
Huh, okay.
So the crosshairs are not just helpful for placing the eyes, but also the muzzles on animals as well.
Is mine big enough?
Inside,
bigger. That's
cute. I like it like that, but you could do it bigger if you want. But I think that's quite sweet. You're making it your own.
That's your way of saying I've gone off model here.
No, it's good. It's nice to play with those sizes, so you don't always need to do the same as what someone else is doing. Do your own thing, right? Like Peanut. So we've got our circle. At the top of that circle, we're going to draw a little triangle. Or what I think is super cute, and what Kitty has, is a little heart. So her nose is a little heart shape. So You could draw a circle or a triangle, whatever you want. You can
Okay.
make it big, you can make it small. And then a nice little smile. And animals often have, when we draw them as characters, a line that goes from the bottom of the nose into the mouth. So, you know, like our cats and dogs have that little line in between coming down from their nose. So you can give her a nice smile. And then to finish off, 2 big eyes. So all this space that you have, you can make the eyes that big.
Wow.
Maybe
Okay.
try not to touch the lines on of the head, but you can go pretty big. Yeah. And then Kitty's pupils, rather than being circles, they're a bit more like sausages.
I've messed up
Sausage.
the other eye.
Yeah, the other eye's hard because she's looking at an angle. So you might need to squish the circle to be an oval, which is what you've done. So yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. And then 2 sausages for the pupils. Yeah. So that's all her facial features. Now we can just add a few more details to make her look like a proper cat. So she has some stripes on her body. We have some stripes. I pretty much draw them as triangles. So on the tufts on the side of her head, there's a triangle here and a triangle here. And then a triangle on the top of her head. And you can use your center line again to find where that point of the triangle is going to be.
Okay.
And then some stripes on her body. I do 3 stripes on her back. Again, all triangles, works well. And then some stripes on her tail. And I make them full stripes. These ones aren't triangles, they're stripes all the way across the tail. And then that's Kitty.
Oh my gosh. Now hold yours up. Yours is fantastic. Oh, wow. Wow. Your kitty has so much life, and I really do feel the walking. It's really great. You've done, now you do a lot of animation, right?
Yes, I also work in animation designing characters, yeah.
I can definitely tell from the way you've drawn stuff. For instance, just having Kitty looking back like that. Normally, if I sat down to draw, I would never think to have the something like that. And the way you've used the arm position to make the characters sassy or whatever, it's really interesting. You've really approached it very differently than I do.
Yeah, and they're just tiny little tricks that anyone can do to bring a little bit more life to their drawing. So you've already got a good idea, but just putting a leg out or changing a head direction brings it to life. So you should try it more with your drawings.
That is great. That is a great piece of advice. I may not have drawn the perfect cat, but I'm going to walk away from this knowing to mix up my hands and arms and legs and tails a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, that's fantastic. And I'm pretty happy that this is better than, this is a nice cat for me. This
That's great.
Great. I'm looking forward to drawing one and inking it up and seeing what I get.
Yeah, I can't wait to see it.
This has been awesome. Thank you so much. You've shared so much great stuff and 3 of your great characters. I really appreciate it.
Oh, you're very welcome anytime.
Well, thank you so much. I've had a great time. I hope everybody who's been watching you has been able to follow along too, because I've really learned a lot. This has been great.
Yeah, it was super fun. Thanks for having me.
Oh man, thank you for joining us. Well, I will say goodbye this time, and maybe sometime in the future we'll get to draw again, or maybe even meet in person someday.
Yeah, someday.
That'll be wild. Well, thank you so much. It's been great talking to you.
Thanks, Tom. Bye.
Bye. All right, thanks, Jillian. Hey, let's see if I can call Heather and add something to this. Hey, Heather, it's me, Tom Hangelberger again.
Hey, Tom, how are you?
I'm doing great. I feel a need to learn how to draw pigs.
Yeah.
Can you teach me how to draw a pig?
Yeah. So
Word on the street is that you're a great pig artist.
I tend to doodle pigs all the time. So I wouldn't say I'm the best, but I've had some practice.
Excellent. That's great. I would love to learn how to draw pigs.
Yeah.
And like we were talking about, we'll get pigs into one of those DJ Funkyfoot books for you. So we have lots of fun animals for you to play around with. But first, I want to learn how to draw a pig. So I need you to teach me.
Yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. So when we draw a pig, we're going to start with an oval. Just like so.
Okay.
Might have to scooch this up.
Okay.
All right. And then we're going
to... I'm a little lopsided.
Okay.
Is it? Okay. Okay.
Anything can be fixed with a hat, you know? So we'll fix it. We're going to do the eyes next. Right up top. 2 eyeballs.
Oh, man. Okay. I can handle that.
And then another dot in the middle there. Now we're going to do the nose. It's right below the eyes.
Okay.
And then we got to put those little ovally nostrils.
Look like a pig.
Yeah. And one thing you might notice about my art is I do not like to draw fingers and toes. So I tend to omit them when I can. So with this pig, we're going to do little tiny rectangles.
Okay. I like how tiny they are compared to the size of the pig.
Yes. And then he gets two more per hands. I'm going to make mine waving.
Oh, so that one's not on the side. It's inside the oval.
Yeah.
Ah, that looks good.
Yeah. And I like to fill in the ends of those little rectangles, give them hooves.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, gosh.
So this pig is missing some ears. Are you adding a hat on your pig?
I'll do whatever you tell me to do.
Okay, well, let's do a hat because then we'll do the ears after we do that.
Okay.
I give mine a cowboy hat. So we're gonna
now I gotta learn how to draw a cowboy hat.
I know, you didn't sign up for this. And let's connect that.
Okay.
And then we're gonna go up.
Oh, it's kind of like an M.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm gonna draw a little band around mine.
Ah, getting fancy.
Yeah.
All right, that's the extra detail that sells the whole thing.
Yep. So now we can do the ears on either side of the hat, which are just 2 little triangles.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah. And then do a smaller triangle in that triangle.
Awesome.
Oh, and he needs a tail. Every pig needs a curly tail.
I
And
think I drew a pig.
yeah, it looks so good.
Oh my gosh, that really looks like a pig.
Yours looks like a sheriff. He just has like a sheriff vibe about him.
I was gonna put a badge on, but then I realized I just messed him all up. So
That's
all right, I'm gonna leave him like this because I think he's awesome.
It looks
Heather,
great.
thank you so much.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thanks for letting me show.
Oh, thanks for teaching me. I'm so happy I learned to draw a pig, 3 kinds of cake, a cowboy hat, a coup. This has been, and a teardrop. This has been fantastic. Heather, thank you so much. You've really helped me learn how to draw.
Yeah, you're welcome. It was
Well,
nice
thanks a
seeing you.
lot. I'll see you again sometime, I hope.
See ya.
Bye. Thanks, Heather. All right, now I'm going to see if I can call Juana and find something that might bind this whole thing together into a nice drawing. Hey, Juana, how you doing? Hey, Juana, how you doing?
Hi, Tom. Good to see you.
It is great to see you. I've learned a lot from you. I'm hoping you've got at least one more thing you can teach me.
Yes, most definitely. And this might be perhaps a simple thing that a lot of people already know, but I've also noticed that a lot of people don't know it.
Okay.
So I am going to share with you how the word Colombia, which is the country where I hail from, is spelled. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. I've noticed that it's very confusing because there's District of Columbia and British Columbia and so many other Columbias. Those Columbias are written a little different from the country, and that causes some confusion.
Okay.
And sometimes I've noticed that some fellow Colombian citizens get a little upset about it. I don't think we should get upset about it. I've had trouble learning a lot of words in English. Until recently, didn't know how to spell Worcester, Massachusetts, for example. But I think it'll be good to share how to write Colombia. So here we go. We start with a C.
Now you're making me think of that. I don't know how to spell Worcester, Massachusetts. Is it one of those things that's really like Worcestershire?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. Who would have ever thought?
I did not know that. Okay.
Right?
But
so hard.
I'll call somebody from Worcester to teach me that. Right now, you're going to teach me, and first teach me to pronounce it properly, because I'm probably like, because I'm a hillbilly, and we would probably be like Columbia.
You got it right, Colombia. Yes, that's perfect.
I don't think I said it as nicely as you did. Columbia.
Yes, you got it right.
Okay. All right.
Perfect.
Okay, so now I'm catching up to you. I'm drawing a C.
And then we go for an O. So far, like British Columbia and District of Columbia and so on, right? And then an L. And then instead of a U, which is generally how you see all the other Columbias spelled, the country is spelled with an O.
Okay. Yeah, see, I would have made that mistake.
It happens very often, and I it's perfectly fine. We all make mistakes, but that's why I thought it would be worth sharing, because I very often see it misspelled. So a chance to learn. So Colombia. Colombia.
That's fantastic. Can you teach me how do you draw the shape of the country?
That's a tough one, and I had trouble in geography with that one. But I'll give you a simplified version of what Colombia looks like.
Okay, because this is a little game that I play on school visits. I have people draw where they're from, and then I turn that into a Star Wars character.
Oh my gosh!
You teach me how to draw Colombia, and I will turn it into a Star Wars character.
Oh my gosh, I can't wait to see this. Yes. Okay. So I'm going to start on a fresh page so that I have a little more room here.
Okay.
So towards the north, we have something looks sort of like a thumb. And here right at the top is La Guajira, which is the most northern part of Colombia. And then here would be Panama, or what we call in Spanish Panama. And this would be the Chocó region, which is very humid and has enormous amount of biodiversity. It's incredibly beautiful. And then here's where I would flunk geography if I had to draw the map, but it goes sort of down, down, down. Yeah, see, already I messed it up. But anyway, it goes further down until it gets to the Amazon. You know what? I'm going to have to start again, but anyway, because can you see the bottom there?
Yeah.
Or I'm probably, oh, okay. All right, good. Okay. So down here is where the Amazon River is. And it does that funny tail thing. Just kind of like this. And then to this side, Colombia is connected to Brazil and Venezuela, our neighbors. And down here to Peru, Ecuador, Bolivia, and on this side, Venezuela, which goes sort of something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So the Amazon River, if I'm not wrong, is somewhere like that. It's huge. And then the Andes Mountains do something really cool when they get to Colombia, and they break into 3 mountain ranges. And so they give us a lot of different climates and temperatures and allow for Colombia to have so much biodiversity, so many different animals, so many, fruits and vegetables and flowers of all kinds. Very rich little corner of the world.
That is awesome. That's fantastic. And where are you from on the map?
So I am from somewhere around here, which is called Bogota. Let me write it right here. Bogota, and it has the accent on the A, and it's right here. It's a big city of 8 million citizens.
8 million. Wow.
Yeah, and it's very high up in the mountains, 2,600 meters above the sea level, and it's surrounded by mountains. It's a very special place to me. I miss it greatly.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, hopefully you can get to visit after we are, all in a healthier state.
That would be amazing. That would be absolutely amazing. Wow. Well, I promised I would turn it into a Star Wars character.
I'm waiting for it, yeah.
Do you think I can do it?
I have no doubt about it.
Okay. Now, one thing I didn't warn you about is that sometimes I have to turn the map. Do you see where I'm headed? Can you already tell where I'm headed?
That's fine. Oh my goodness.
You see where we're headed with this?
Yes.
Yep, it's our green friend.
Yay! Oh.
It's Yoda!
That is fantastic. Oh, so good.
I made him a little too big for my screen here. There he is.
Oh, that is wonderful.
All right. So I've learned a lot, and you've learned how to draw Yoda now.
With the map of my country, I would have never thought of that. Now I can't wait to do my own version. This is fantastic.
Oh man. Okay. There we go. Oh wow, this was fun. I've learned a lot, and this has been a good time. This has been a good time.
Tom, my pleasure.
All right.
Truly.
Well, thank you so much for everything you've taught me. I've learned from you. I've learned owls, horses, giraffes, zebras, ponies, flying ponies, unicorns, and I've learned how to spell Colombia and Bogota. Wait, is it Bogota?
Bogota.
Bogota.
So, yeah, Bogota.
And,
yeah.
How to draw Colombia and turn it into Yoda.
I would chalk this as a very productive morning.
I think so too, but maybe we should both get back to work. What is
Probably.
it? What are you working on right now?
Yeah, I'm very excited to share. I'm working right now on Juana and Lucas 3.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm very excited.
Anything like a sneak peek of the title or anything?
Yes, happy to. So it's going to be Juana and Lucas, muchos changes. So it probably hints to, a change or two going on in Juana's life. Yeah.
That sounds fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm excited. I just finished inking, and I'm now, coloring with watercolors, which always takes me a little bit of time, but it's such a pleasure. So it's really
do you
fun.
color with real watercolors?
Yes, I do. So it generally takes a long time.
I thought you were doing it
Yeah.
with your Apple Pencil.
Uh, no, no. So when I started the series, I thought, in a very nostalgic way, it would be a way to just give a nod to all those illustrators I have admired for such a long time, like Ronald Searle and Joe Pfeiffer and Quentin Blake and so on. And I thought, oh, what better way that feel for ink and watercolors, even though my style is different from theirs, but just to say thank you, something that came from my hand and my extension of my heart. But man, never did I imagine it would be so much work.
Oh man.
Um,
Wow.
but I'm enjoying it. It's a pleasure to just listen to audiobooks and draw for hours. What could be
Oh,
better than that?
that sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I can't complain.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds really awesome. And I'm looking forward to seeing that. I think, once again, I think your artwork is spot on. It's perfect
Oh,
for kids. It's adults enjoy it too because you've got the skills in there. It's just fantastic.
thank you so much.
All right.
Those words mean a lot to me.
Oh, well, absolutely. I will let you get back to work because you
Thank
got a lot
you.
of watercoloring to do. So thank you
Yeah.
so much for everything you taught me, and I'll talk to you again soon, I hope.
Sounds great. Thank you so much for having me. This was an absolute treat.
All right, it's been a ball. Thanks so much, Juana.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Wow, those are just three awesome people. I have so much fun. I have so much fun with these folks. They're so nice to share their talents with me. Let's see if I can take what I learned from them and put it all together. I've got Heather's pig, Juana's spelling lesson and drawing of Colombia, and I've got Gillian's sweet little kitty cat there. All right, I'm going to see if I can learn something from them and put it all together. So I'm going to start with the blue pencil because I want to do this cat right. So let's see here. I'm going to draw the big circle. And I'm not sure I do that tall enough, but maybe it'll just be a different cat. It already does it. I've only done one thing. Well, I guess this is just a blue pencil. I could go ahead and make it a little bigger. And then I'm going to draw the crosshairs. Okay. The big ears. Okay, the little snout there. I'll just go ahead and draw the mouth on there while I'm at it. And then I've got the big eye over here and another big eye over here with sausages. She's so funny with all of her sausages. Oh, man. Okay. All right. So we're making progress. You guys are following along, right? Or you don't have to follow along. You can just draw it on your own. But I hope you do draw it and then send a copy of it to me. All right. So there's a little tail. Oops. There's a little tail and some little sausages. Okay, and then what I wanted to do was draw the kitty cat in Colombia. I still don't say it quite as nicely as our good friend Juana, but I'm glad I learned something about this country. Makes me really want to go visit. Okay, all right, that's a little bit like Colombia. Let's see if I got the spelling right. Where's the spelling? Colombia. Yes, I got the spelling right. Okay. And then I wanted to have, so Panama's up here. So this is the ocean here. So I wanted to have a friend coming to visit the kitty cat on a boat. And I bet you know who the friend is going to be. It's going to be, I'm not sure I'm doing this in the right order, but it's going to be Heather's little pig. Oh yeah, I did his nose wrong. I'll fix that in the inking. And he's waving his little hoof. Okay, there we go. So this is what we'll draw is a little pig. Let's see. I wish I had a little more room for the rest of his boat. Maybe I'll just have a little boat back there. Okay, all right. I'm going to ink it up and see how it looks. Starting with the pig right here. I should do a big mark. Let's see. Oh yeah, that marker is looking nice and thick. I like a thick marker. Okay, I feel like this is going to work out pretty good. I think my only problem is I'm running short on time. I think I will stop talking and hit fast forward to ink this. All right, what do you think? I kind of pulled it off. I've got a nice little scene here. Kitty and pig and a boat and Colombia. I think we pulled it off. Maybe I'm starting to learn how to draw. You never know. Folks, thank you so much to my guests, and thank you so much to everybody that tuned in. I hope you're drawing. If you're drawing, send it in to me. I'd love to see how you do. All right, folks. And last week I mentioned my oil baron picture back here. And I said someday I would explain it. Before I explain it, I want to make it a trivia question. See if anybody can figure out who this is. I'll give you a hint. It's not a relative of mine. I'm not related to any oil barons or any barons. But it is, I mean, it's not related to me. And in fact, it's not even a real person. It's a portrait of a fictional person. Why do I love it so much that it's hanging in my living room? The answer will be next week, but this week, think about it, draw some pictures, and let me know how you're doing out there. I'd love to hear from you. I'm on Instagram, and of course, I'm over at Origami Yoda. Thanks a lot, everybody, and I'll see you next week on
Tom can't draw. Somebody help him. Tom can't draw. You got to teach him to draw. Tom can't draw. Come on, let's help him. Tom can't draw. We got to teach him.
Hey, Tom, you call that a line. Try again, better luck next time with our help. Come on, y'all, it's time to teach Tommy how to draw. Get your pencils and your crayons too, markers, papers, and don't forget the glue. Tom, you can be a famous artist someday, cause he's got you to show him the way.
Tom can't draw.